So I was just about to step out for the night, but I happened to open Twitter and I saw that NICKMERCS has responded to Dr. Disrespect's 4 minutes of just demon time energy where he talked mad trash about him and Dr. Lupo. So I figured, you know what, let's just dive into it in real time. I haven't watched it yet, and we'll kind of break it down as we go and talk about some things here and there. But I'm just curious to see what his response is going to be. I feel like I know for the most part what he's going to say, but Doc went in. So let's dive in. Let's see what Nick had to say in response.
I heard the news. I heard the fucking news, man. I really did. I couldn't believe it. My first thought that hit my head.
Couldn't believe it.
Was this motherfucker didn't take his pills. Like instantly. I was like, yo, is this guy off the wagon? Did he? Hey, Dad, you seen this? Look at this guy. I don't think he took his meds. That was my first thought. Swear to God. I swear to the Almighty.
Is Doc actually on some kind of pills? Does anybody know?
Then I see, what do they call him? The Slick Daddy Club on X. Slick Daddy Club, huh? And I see him on X, man, and they're just on the Johnson. I mean, they are doing tricks. They're jumping, they're dancing, they're clapping. They're just like, Nicky, you know. So I'm seeing a little bit of that.
I like the way that he addresses shit.
Then I have my next thought, you know. And I'm like, I mean, I haven't spoken about this in months. Maybe like a half a year. Gary, when was the last time that we spoke about this? I mean, I don't even remember. This is history. August, maybe. Fucking September. It's about to be March. It's been like 6 months, 7 months. You know, that was my next thought. I was like, holy man.
Okay, so that kind of makes sense because I wasn't sure if something new happened. And it's possible that for whatever reason, Dr. Disrespect just didn't see that clip until now. And so he's addressing it. But part of me feels like he was hoping that in some way he'd be able to rekindle some of these friendships. And when he realized enough time went by and it wasn't going to happen, he was just feeling some type of way, woke up, chose violence, and just went into demon mode.
Now, people are seeing the podcast clip, and I think that what a lot of people are getting is that this just came out. But this podcast came out 6 months ago. And it was after this guy left. This guy put out a tweet saying he did what they're saying he did in his own words. And then he left. Bye-bye. I'm going to the mountains or some shit, this guy said. I gave everybody my thoughts. People seem to forget. You know, when the whole internet was after this guy, when we hadn't heard from him, I was the only one that was like, whoa. Let's wait to just hear everything.
To be fair, I said the same thing. Now,
Right.
obviously, I'm not NICKMERCS. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody know me. I'm not friends with Doc, never spoke to him, so it doesn't really carry the same weight. He's probably the only person close to him that had that same mentality. But that's what I said in my initial video. I said, the shit is looking really weird, but let's just see how this plays out because he's going to respond to it, and we'll find out what he says.
Right? Like, we can't just have somebody say that this person did this, and then we don't even hear anything. We don't even see anything. So I got hung up on the cross. I did. They
Facts.
crucified me. Now, granted, at that point in my career, I was damned if I do. I was damned if I don't, you know. But I got spit on for telling everybody I was the only one. Pokimane doing her shit, Hasanabi, fucking everybody. You know, I'm the only that was like, wait, hold on. The only one. This guy comes out with a tweet that he edits like 19 times that says that inappropriate text to a minor. I mean, what?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm curious if Dr. Disrespect regrets ever making that tweet. because I don't think that the person that tried to expose him was ever going to post anything of substance. He could have literally just ignored it completely or addressed it in private with his friends and said, yo, this dude's wild. And like, I'm going to try to push some legal charges towards him. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he could have played this a certain way and everybody would have just let the shit go. Or he could have responded and said, what he's saying I did is just not true. And I don't think anybody would have shown anything, right? Because once he admitted it in that text message or in that tweet, I should say, it's not like information actually came out. No chat logs came out. There was never any proof. The proof was really him putting that tweet out. That was it. Like when the person themselves says, yeah, okay, listen, I did this. I texted inappropriately with somebody who was underage. They were legal in their state, which again, I think means like 16 or 17 because 18, you're legal in every single state. But there are some that are 16 and 17. So that would make more sense. And I feel like he buried himself when he probably could have just never made that tweet. Now, I'm not saying that that's what he should have did, but but that's what he should have did. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been the one way to avoid everything that's happened since then.
I just can't there's a lot of people out there that must truly lack the perspective. You know, look, I never really, I'm not going door to door calling this guy this or calling this guy that. I didn't say any words, any buzzwords. I did call him a tard. I think he is a respectfully, of course. I think he fucking is. Look, all I was ever indicating when cutting this shit was that clearly I don't want to be associated with a guy that can do these types of things consistently. That's it, man. I'm out.
Wait, what is this?
I said I'm out. I'm out, man. Well, you know, whatever. We already know the dude cheated on his wife. Then he's talking about, this guy met my wife. I mean, motherfucker, you cheated on her. I met her? That's the highlight here? Yeah, I shook her hand at the Super Bowl halftime for 7 minutes. Yeah, I met her. She was a nice lady. I feel bad for her, man. You know, I hope they figure it out. I seriously, I hope they figure it out. I hope it's great for them, man. I really do. I know it must be hard, this whole thing for them. I hope they figure it out. But I didn't go up there talking shit about his wife and his kid. I just made a little point that I think was important. How you doing this with a wife and kid? That's all I said. And I think it's a pretty fair question. Because everybody thinks this guy is up on some fucking hilltop like we all pray to him or something. What are we doing? What are we doing? He's calling everybody fake. In this clip that I seen. Fake and phony, fake and phony, fake and fucking phony, fake NICKMERCS, fake and phony. That's what he keeps saying. Fake and phony. Right? Am I slow? Or is this guy not get in front of a camera every day of his life in a fucking costume? Are we fucking serious right now?
Hey, yo.
No, I'm dead ass with you right now. You gonna see me outside? You gonna see this? I'm gonna wear the same fucking kit right here, bro. This wears a goddamn wig. Are you fucking kidding me? I just don't get it. We're all fake and phony because we cut ties with you after you did some fucking crazy shit. Put all your boys in a tough spot. You want to get real about it? Get real about it. You put everybody around you in a tough ass spot because you're a dog. Because you're a dog, bro. And I've known plenty of dogs, man. But when you go below that 18-year-old bullshit, you a different kind of dog now. Now you're a weirdo. And you have no self-awareness. You can't reflect. You can't hold yourself accountable. You can't be a man. Being a man is about holding yourself accountable with things you do. It's a really important part about growing up.
Facts.
Being a man. You're a father. You're a husband. Look, you fucked up. You got to own it. You got to be a man. You fucked up. You don't get to go around and blame everybody else for the shit that you did. That's not what you do. That's not what you do. And we have not talked about this on stream in 7, 8 months. And every week I'm getting like clips. Yo, Nick, this guy's talking about you again. He's talking about Tim again. Talking Lupo. Talking about Z-Laner. You know, right? Every week this guy's got something to say. And look, and then my ninth thought, and this was like towards the end of my thought process. was like, yo, I know he feels the type of way. He feels angry. Because the reality is that, you know, all of us, we don't really know every little detail of what happened. We don't know the whispers. We don't know how it all went down. We just know what he told us, okay? And we know what they're saying. And what we did was we just connected the dots, right? Okay, I think that's a pretty fair assessment of how things went. But we don't know everything, all right? So with that being said, like, he's the only one that does.
Speaking of that, it is interesting because obviously there was a girl at the other end of these whispers. And this was back in, what, 2017, I think. And again, if he's saying she was legal in her state, that's like 16 or 17. So you would assume that 8 years goes by. She's now 24, 25. And it just makes me wonder, like, who is she? And is it because of the original legal process that she hasn't come forward and said anything? Or is she just not really on social media like that and just kind of separated and just lives her life? But she also might just not want the attention, right? Like, some people would dive in and be like, yo, a bunch of eyes are going to be on me. I can maybe turn this into my own career, grow my own social media because I was the person that was a victim of this situation. And she could lean right into it. But she's not doing that. So I figure it's either because of a legal cause or she genuinely just does not care about social media and all this influencer shit like that anymore and has completely separated and just lives her life and just wants to be left alone. It's got to be one of those two reasons, right? Because otherwise, that's the only person other than him that can really come forward and say, so this is what happened, like, specifically. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that that makes him innocent, but it would be nice to know, like, the exact context of what it is that happened and what it is that he's referring to when he says what he says, because now he's also deleted the tweet and kind of said, oh, it was bait. So is he trying to claim that he never sent anything at all? And that's now his new approach? Or, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many, like, unknowns still about this, and it's because it's been 8 years. At this point, I don't think we're ever gonna know, but I would love to have seen that girl come forward and us get, like, that side of the story as well.
My last thought was that I get that he feels bad about it all, okay? And I hope that he works it out. I hope he gets to a point where he feels better about things. I don't go to bed every night like, yo, I hope Doc steps on a Lego. Or like, yo, I hope this rots in it. I don't do that. I'm going to bed off a gummy watching Harry Potter.
Let's go. That's what I'm saying.
At the beach. Like, I'm not thinking about him. Okay? I'm not.
All right, so all in all, I feel like it's a valid response from him. I mean, he addressed it. He was not disrespectful. He did not call him any names. He didn't get crazy, despite everything that Doc said. I mean, he did say, like, yo, is he off his meds? And, you know, what, like, but he's just more so questioning, like, why after all these months are you coming at me and why are you saying all this shit? Because, yeah, I said that I wanted to distance myself from you because I don't associate with somebody that's willing to do something like that in their life. It's just not who I am, and that's not what I want to be a part of. And I feel like he has the right to do that because there's been people in my past, obviously it's very different. They didn't talk to kids or anything like that. I've had people that I just didn't like the way that they moved. They did certain things that I just wouldn't do in my life and I just don't agree with and I don't want to be associated with. And so I just moved and went my own way. And I feel like that's just normal life. Like, this is going to happen from time to time in your life. You're not going to always have the same friends you had from the very beginning. Sometimes you just grow apart. Sometimes you have different interests. And sometimes somebody might get involved in some shit or act certain ways that you just don't want to be associated with. This is normal. So I don't know why Doc is, like, just bugging out after all this time. I don't feel like it's that serious, because when you hear Nick's side of things, he's very calm about it. He's explaining his thought process, and I'm sure Doc does not care, but and he even tries to understand where Doc is coming from. Like, I understand he's upset. I understand that he feels bad for everything. Like, I understand these things, but I've chosen to move on with my life. I don't go to sleep, like, hoping bad things on him. So, like, just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do your thing, I'm going to do my thing. So I agree with that. At the end of the day, I think that's probably the best for everybody involved. Like, if someone does not want to associate, just let that shit go. Otherwise, you do kind of come across like the salty ex-girlfriend. Just a little bit. I'm just being honest with you. Now, let me know what you guys think down below. I just wanted to check this out really quick. Sorry, this was not like the normal videos where I get the information, I cut pieces of it out, and I'm trying to get a few things done so I can leave and get out of here. So I just wanted to give you guys that because I feel like if I drop one piece of a story, I feel like I need to drop the other piece when it comes out because we need completion. With that said, Shout out to everybody's wives and girlfriends. Probably going to get dragged for that one. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Let me know what you guys think down below. I will catch you in the next one, homies.